In today's video, I'm going to share some advice with you. If you want to be successful in sponsorship, you should pay very close attention to what everybody else is doing in the industry and then do the exact opposite. All right, now before we dive into today's video, please take a moment to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get updates every week when we release a new video. When I first started working in sponsorship sales, I did what everyone does. I went to all of my competitors' websites, downloaded their sponsorship packages, went to their thank you pages, and made lists of all of the sponsors that they're working with. And then I made a major mistake. I did exactly what they were doing. I created a gold, silver, bronze package with a bunch of levels that no one really cared about. I e-blasted that sponsorship package to all the usual suspects. I didn't have any sales meetings, and I did all of my follow-up by email. And then when that didn't work, I went to the websites and I filled out all of those online forms so that my prospect could ignore me in a new way. Then I went to a networking event specifically for sponsorship professionals. And everyone at the networking event was talking about how they never hear back from sponsors, how they're going to miss their financial goals, how they keep sending out sponsorship packages and then just not hearing back from people. They were all complaining about the same thing. The problem was that until that moment, I had been following their lead. I had been copying exactly what they're doing. And then it occurred to me, if I wanted to have an experience different than the experience of my peers, I would have to do something different. And I decided at that moment that I would do the exact opposite of what they said they were doing. So here's the typical sponsorship approach. Start with how much money you need. Make a sponsorship package. Have 500 internal meetings with colleagues, employers, board members, debating about exactly what should be on each page of this sponsorship deck. Arbitrarily list assets like logo placement, social media posts, speaking engagements across these 3 levels. Maybe add a 4th level like titanium or platinum. Create a massive list of hundreds and hundreds of companies with whom we have no relationship. E-blast all of those companies sponsorship packages that they never asked for. This is the current sponsorship strategy. Now, in order to do the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing, what I did and what I want you to do, start with your audience. Who is in your database? Who attends your events? Who is connecting with you? Who's going to your website? Who follows you on social media? Not how many followers, but the quality of those followers. Who are they? Then ask yourself, which brands do they intend to purchase? Which products do they intend to purchase? Then skip the entire part of the process where you create a sponsorship package that nobody is going to read, and instead pick up the phone, give the brands a call that you know your audience is interested in, and simply ask them a question. I have 40-year-old high net worth moms who live in the suburbs, have 2 or more kids, drive a Lexus, and their kids play soccer or hockey. Does that line up with your target market? It sounds really simple, because it is. I don't know why more sponsorship seekers don't take this approach, but I have to tell you that when I was selling sponsorship, I was really happy that more sponsorship seekers didn't take that approach, because when I used it, it worked. Fast forward 6 months later, I was back at the same networking event with the same sponsorship seekers, listening to them all talk about how they're missing budget. And when they asked me how things were going, my response, terrible. I've sent out 300 packages to all the big name companies and I'm just not hearing back. I kept my secret guarded, and now I'm sharing it with you. If you want to be successful, look at what the average person is doing and do the opposite. Now, if you want to learn a more systematic approach to doing the opposite of what the unsuccessful sponsorship seekers are doing, click the link below in the comments to some free training where I outline exactly how to grow your sponsorship program. And remember, the sponsorship proposal doesn't make the sale. You do.